Hello and welcome to The Wireless. My name is Lwamkelo Tshikini, and today we are talking all things Fable Reads. And of course, it is a global platform where stories are not just told, but definitely experienced. And I do have a guest it's such an honor to have him. He is the founder as well as the CEO of FableReads, and it's Anders. Anders, welcome to The Wireless.
Thank you for having me.
I'm much more curious in terms of now. FableReads is a global platform. My questions to you is how did we even get to this point where everyone can be able to access it?
I wanted to easily find stories based on theme. So if there's happened something in school or they were upset or something, I wanted to be able to quickly find stories relating to that theme, to talk about that story and to talk to them. And I knew about fables and I sort of Googled on my phone and I was just so annoyed because there was just blinking ads, bad experiences. And I just thought these are stories that have been out there for thousands of years. So why aren't they in the public domain? Isn't it this easily available? But at that time, I didn't see that it was possible to do and scale. But when ChatGPT came out a couple of years back, then I saw that, oh, now it's actually possible to start generating a lot of content in an efficient way. So that's really the starting point for the platform. As you say, now we've translated to many languages and we want it to be very global and accessible.
Definitely. Now, I'm also curious in terms of the starting point, in terms of it was basically an idea, and now you took in that idea into a functioning platform. How has that been to create in terms of FableReads?
Well, it's been fun. And again, I included my daughters in it because I thought that even if the project failed, it would be a win just doing something with the daughters and for them to see going from an idea to implementation and starting something, even if you don't have financial benefits in mind, you just see that you can create value for yourself and for others. So I already had a team that could develop web pages and do marketing and do those things. And I needed to find someone that could work and help out with the content and to generate them and work with the fables.
Oh, okay. Now we're actually going to get into that, but I know FableReads is basically all about timeless stories. And my question is, what makes this platform much more different in terms of other platforms or other genres?
In terms of platforms, I guess this is free and there's ad free, which this is something that where you would pay for in other platforms perhaps. Experience wise, we right now we have one image per story. I would like it to be many images per story or animated images per story and making it interesting and engaging. In terms of the genre and the fables, I like that they're short. I like that they have a point, that there's something to think about, refer to. And I think that also for parents and teachers, you can reflect yourself. So even if you're reading about the hare and the tortoise and you're sort of talking about the hare being a bit lazy, laying under the tree and the slow moving thing is passing, you can reflect and think, in what areas in life am I right now the hare laying under a tree taking it a bit easy when I should actually be doing a bit more. So I like that there's points and you can discuss that with the kids. And I also like that they're short because kids typically want to read just one more, just one more. And if you then know that the stories are very short, it's not a problem to read one more.
And now it's a very much more interesting. Now you can just be able to read it very quick and then on to the next, and it keeps them in the loop for wanting more. You mentioned also something regarding in terms of it is a free platform and it does not have what you call advertisement. What motivated this, what you call the decision, and as well as how you guys planning to keep it that way?
Yeah, that's the big challenge, isn't it? It's like it's easy to give away for free, but how do you actually pay the bills? So I'm an entrepreneur and I'm creative and I want it to be a way. So the sort of the boundary conditions here, like I want it to be free and accessible for everyone. So every child, every parent, every teacher can access it. But can we then make an experience that some people are willing to pay more for? Are there ways to have apps for teachers or parents? Or are there ways to have sponsors that care about their specific language, for example? So I could see a model where someone is sponsoring a specific language to be translated to, and in some cases that can be with time, that they're putting in time helping to translate, and sometimes with money. And given that we use AI and a remote team, it's not a very cost heavy, it's not like we're seeking venture capital. It's really just how can we make something sustainable where we can generate and find stories from around the world, produce those and have them accessible. And then, of course, the more funds we have, the more we could also market and reach out to schools and parents and so on. But it is the big challenge here. And it's like, it's not the challenge in coming up with new ideas, finding stories. The challenge will be how do we keep it free?
Which is very quite much more interesting. My also curiosity right now in terms of what were some of the challenges or biggest challenges that you got to face while actually getting to build the platform from scratch?
So I would say that there's two. So one is on the content side, and one is on the sort of tools and AI side. And when it comes to content, these fables, as they are thousands of years old, they may have started in one place, in Greece or in India, for example, and then they traveled, and then there's a French version of it, and there's a Russian version of it, where in their countries, in their languages, those are the known versions. Those are what people expect to read, the endings that they expect in that story. However, it may be the same story retold throughout history. So that has been a challenge in terms of content, like what version and how do we do that? And as some of these also have very old values, whereas like if you kill my children, I will kill your children. We felt that that's not very, that doesn't feel very nice. So there's also been some kind of sort of filtering. Are these still relevant in terms of stories? When it comes to the tools, as I said earlier, we've used AI tools, and when we started, those AI tools were quite crummy, and you didn't get very good text, you didn't get very good images. But over time, these have improved. So the images, we created an original style, and then we now did a vintage style. Now you can create more images, and also you can do multiple images per story, for example. Whereas just a year ago, that wasn't possible because when you generated images, it couldn't keep the same character and the same clothing and the same background and so on. So that's examples of tools, problems, and then content challenges.
And then you mentioned that these are stories that are coming from all different type of worlds. And how do you get to actually maintain what you call the different type of cultures, as well as making sure that it's authentic and at the same time it's sustainable and accessible to the users?
Yeah, that is, as I said, with the different versions in different countries, it may be so that if we had the ability to do it, that we would have different versions in different countries. So, for example, in France, La Fontaine is very known fable writer, but it is someone that has written older fables that we already have from Greece, from Aesop, but done it in such a particular style and language that if a French person is reading our English ones, they don't think it's the same story because they miss the thing that they almost learn word by word in school. And it's the same in Russia, that they also learn word by word as it's on rhyme or verse, which not necessarily the original or older versions are. So, and in many cultures, it's also something that goes from generation to generation just by speaking, not writing. So of course, there's variations there. And I think now when sort of less people are living, parents and grandparents and children, maybe you're losing some of that. So we've tried our best. We try to find multiple sources of the same story. We've looked into both books and online. And yeah, we're very happy to take feedback if someone feels that it's not representing the true story.
Oh man! Also, I know the team that is actually behind, the FableReads. You guys have a diversity of people who are very creative. How do you get to choose who gets to be, the people that you get to collaborate with?
So it started with me, and then teammates in the Philippines, and then in India, and now in South Africa. And we've had other initiatives. So we also had another man in Africa that contacted us and wanted to translate to another language. So that is something where people have been contacting us. They like the initiative, they want to help out. Some can help out financially, and others can help out translating it to a specific language. I think given that it's a pet project, it's not something where you're sort of see a big commercial it's not a big profit thing, right? It's not something that you will sell for 100 million. This is something that you do because you find it passionate, you find it sort of worth doing. I think that the people that are drawn to it care about children, care about sort of parents, teachers, and want to do something good.
What are some of the feedback that you receive, I mean, as a father as well, from kids, from educators, and also all different communities?
Personally, I really enjoy when my daughters refer to them, which is a bit weird perhaps, but it just feels like, because they've read them all, and it forced them to, even if they haven't thought of it, but to sort of learn some lessons from it. So, for example, my one of my daughters the other day, she had her foot hurt, injured, and that actually led to a very positive outcome in one of her activities, because then she was regrouped into another group, and then her foot got better, and then she was in a better group. And then she referred to the old man and the horse, that you don't know when something bad happens to you, if it's actually bad or if it will have good outcomes. And something that looks like a good happening could have bad outcomes. Another one is when they talk about what other people think in school, and then they can refer to the man and the boy and the donkey, where it's whatever you do, people will have opinions, and you cannot please everyone. So from a personal perspective, I really like that they have learned sort of personal development lessons, but they've learned that through these basic stories. In terms of users on the platform, we do survey them. So for a long time, we didn't know anything about the visitors. We just knew that people found it, they used it, and then we didn't know, are there teachers, parents, sort of people that are forced to go there because they're a student, or what is it? So we started to surveying visitors, and it seems to be a lot of people that are students that are coming because they have a school assignment or something relating to that.
What is the one moment that you're so proud of in terms of FableRead at this point? Because you guys come a way long back. And also, what are something or other opportunities that are actually next for FableReads? Any features, any collaborators, something that we can be able to look forward to?
So again, I think both personally and sort of wider. So personally, showing my daughters to take an idea from something you talk about around the dinner table to actually build something, showing that you can be creative and you can build without a clear plan of financial benefits, but it's like you do something good for someone, and hopefully that sort of rewards itself somehow, doing good. So I'm proud of that. And when I looked at this as a project, it's like, it doesn't matter if it succeeds financially and it works. If my daughters just become a little bit more entrepreneurial, if they dare to try, they're not worried to fail, and they can be creative and learn from this, that's good. Platform, I mean, I'm very proud that people find it useful, that they want to translate it to more languages, that they want to bring it to their own communities. I surveyed teachers around the world, and teachers are using Fables a lot in the curriculum. So just being able to help teachers that often have to pay themselves to get some extra teaching material, that is something to be proud of. I think going forward, I mean, I have more ideas than we have time and money for. So in terms of features and apps and products, I'm not too worried. I think that we can develop very interesting experiences. The challenge is and will be the funding, and it will be, how can we reach more people? Because of course we could just build it and have it there, being free and no ads. But if nobody knows it's there, what value does it create? So we need help to reach out, and therefore I'm super happy that you taken this initiative. Because if some more people find about it, they share something about it, more people find it. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Oh, thank you so much for having a quick chat with me, and also sharing the insight as well as the heart behind FableReads.